All right, so what's up, guys? Welcome to the altcoin updates. So again, with Bitcoin into consideration that there's a possibility of it falling to that next daily level, which is at around the 38K range. We also have to be aware about those chances of that happening, because that's going to affect the altcoins that you're going to be entering. Okay, so and reason being why I think that's also a very high possibility is because right when you have this strong uptrend, right, the same uptrend is the same trend will bring it down, vice versa. So if that's the case, even if it falls to this daily, it's still a higher low. If we would just extend and evolve the uptrends. But again, even if it does fall here, or even if it falls, Bitcoin falls down here, it's still in a large uptrend, guys. Just FYI. But anyway, so let's get straight to it. XRP, guys, XRP has a lot of time. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. So it's getting closer, guys. So we are on the daily time frame. You have this uptrend. Let's just delete this, and it's going to act as a resistance in the future, but just to clean up the chart. So you have these daily levels. This was already tested, breaks below it. You fall to the next daily level, breaks below it. So this is something that we could just update right here. Let's use the magnet tool. All right, we have this daily level because it was previously tested here. Eventually, it looks like it's breaking down, so we can delete that level. This uptrend looks like it's starting to fail. Um, yeah, this was an uptrend that was marked back in August, so we shall see how this closes and if it closes below it. If that's the case and it's followed by a green candle, then we move this probably to this region here or even down here. Um, and actually, finally a test to this untested level. So hence that large rejection because this was an untested level. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to make this dotted. This is still untested. So um, yeah, we're going to evolve this. But again, the apex is here not till March for this local area. And then the next one is not until June. So, second quarter. But I wouldn't be surprised because for it to be here, it would probably have to test this untested level. It'll probably be followed by a bounce to, possibly get rejected in this region down to the next apex. And by the time it gets here, right, this level would be already tested. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down to this weekly. And not to sound like it's super bearish, it's still very good because this is still in a very large macro uptrend. Because if you go on the weekly time frame, uh, this weekly here, and this was marked way back. So it could fall to this uptrend, guys. And as sucky that may sound, it's still in a long-term higher low, which is again still very good. If it's still bullish, even if it falls here. But yeah, there's a lot of time for XRP left, considering that there are multiple daily apexes. So we got to give that some time. TRX, guys, so as you guys can see, is very slow mover. It did break out that weekly. It hit the respective next resistance on the weekly time frame, and that's what it did. Um, Probably not the volatile move that you guys were expecting, but it is what it is. That's what's really pivotal is again, if it's testing weekly, it's probably going to test that next weekly, which is up here. Those are the pivotal moments, okay? Because yeah, they're the weekly levels. So if we go to the daily, we see it's respecting the daily uptrend. Let's go on the weekly and see what the hard closes are looking like. So there hasn't been a green hard close at all above that weekly yet. I don't consider this green one a hard close above it. I'm talking about a full green candle close above it. So uh, that's what at least the first sign that I want on the weekly time frame. So again, the more daily green candles above the weekly downtrend, the better. So yeah, something to really be aware about. Suncoin, guys, it probably dumped. Yep. So it lost it lost the daily uptrend. So what's it gonna do? It's probably gonna fall back down to the next respective weekly. So we have that weekly here. The next weekly is until here. So I know there's still some space and gap between here, but personally I think it's just still gonna eventually break down below there onto this weekly. So if we go on this weekly, oh wow. So actually we need to update this. So move that there. So let's update there. Um, delete that. So that's the weekly. Yeah, so there's still some room left to touch this weekly. But actually, this should be solid. And let's just delete this daily now because it's just irrelevant now. Let's go to the 4 hour because it looks like I have some 4 hour levels in there. Alright, so yeah, not really something I'd consider. You go to the daily is what's really perfect. Okay, perfect. So yeah, looking like there's going to be a test on this weekly. Looks like it just ended up testing maybe this swing low here or maybe that swing low here. But regardless, it doesn't really matter. It's personally, I think it's if it's rejecting that weekly, it's probably going to aim for the next weekly here. Finally, track guys looks like it made a nice recovery. Wow. So with pick one falling and track doing the complete opposite. So there's that apex, there's that breakout, and you can see it's right outside that daily downtrend. So it's gonna look like a hard close. Um, there's this origin level here that's been acting as suppression, but because it's been tested already multiple times, maybe an opportunity to break out of it. So we have that. So the next one would be, honestly, would be this daily here. Um, uh, yeah, it's already been tested. So yeah, so lots of space here, guys. That's what you want to look out for. So surprisingly, Jack Track is doing well. Um, finally. PZP, wow, PZP's a barely moves, man. So you have this 4 hour uptrend. There's a green candle close, so you would evolve it. But regardless, it's just aiming for that apex. Um, really, yeah, really not much besides that. I think I can actually. Oh, this is a daily. 1 second. All right. Oh, I think those. Huh. These should be red. What am I doing? Yeah, so the rest are 4 hour levels. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we got this apex, but it's continuous making lower lows. That's my worry. So you got this here, here. What does that equal, right? It's downtrending, right? Not really something you'd want to see. Um, so this 4 hour there's a higher chance of it breaking, okay? This 4 hour support. So the only thing that's contradicting that is this daily uptrend. So what you would want to look for, like I mentioned, on the smaller time frames, like a 4 hour, is something like this where it solely respects the daily uptrend, and eventually, hopefully, to break out of that 4 hour apex. Myra, same thing. Okay, yeah, looks relatively the same as PZP. Um, we have this origin level that's acting as resistance. There was at apex, not much of a volatile move, but it did respect this 4 hour support and this uptrend, so we're going to keep that there. So now it's just really trying to make its way out of that apex, but really not much. If you're someone that's like really invested into Myra or kudos to you because you barely moved. Whereas, some altcoins, move twice as hard when Bitcoin falls. So, yeah. So really not much, yeah, with Bitcoin to consideration right now and it's falling, I thought there'd be a more volatile, moves on these altcoins and, bigger, many more levels to update, but looks like there's really not much. So, uh, yeah, I would probably, expect some decent, entries to get in probably by the end of this week. So, I will make sure I update you guys on the mastermind. But yeah, that's the altcoin update. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Just send them down below. See ya.